Every Christian parent needs to make breakfast fun and healthy. That's why little Forrest and I start every day with Captain Crunch. He's not a real captain like Lieutenant Dan, but we pretend he is and give him our breakfast salute. Why little Forrest leaves home with so much energy, because Peanut Butter Crunch is loaded with rich and creamy peanut butter flavor. Peanuts are a good source of protein, so it's a nutritional breakfast. So what do Christian parents need? We need community. That's what we're going to talk about at today's Family Practice. Hi, I'm Ben Burns. Welcome to Family Practice, where we get your kids to put their dirty clothes in the laundry hamper, not just near it. No, we can't actually do that, but we can help you build more closeness, cooperation, and Christian influence in your family. On this channel, we've said that parenting is discipleship, and discipleship is relationship. It's my hope that your kids will hear and feel the gospel in your home as you walk with God and walk with your kids. Remember, there are no perfect parents, but with God's help, we can all get better at nurturing and guiding our kids to follow Christ and flourish as God's image. If we hope to influence our kids for Christ, we need to develop our own walk with God first. Remember, airplane oxygen masks. Just as we need to secure our own mask before helping our kids, we need to take care of our own faith before helping our kids with theirs. Today, we'll look at our last foundational faith perspective. Christian parents need community. Before we start, though, let's talk about puzzles. Not this kind. This kind. Do you know what this part of the puzzle piece is called? It's the sticky outie part. And this part right here? Yep, that's the sticky innie part. We only have a little information from this piece. We know who it is, don't we? I'm Eeyore. But we don't know anything else. It looks like I'm alone again. We can't understand this piece or what's happening in the whole puzzle until we put all the pieces together, right? Well, the same is true with the church. Paul used the analogy of the human body to describe the church. All the different individual parts of our bodies were designed to fit together for us to function properly. No body part can function all on its own. Like a puzzle piece, Christians need each other to know who we are and how we fit into God's bigger picture. In other words, life works better when we're in community with other Christians. So let's look at 2 benefits of Christian community and then discuss 4 quick steps for building it. Let's jump into our training. The first benefit of Christian community is spiritual growth. The Bible teaches us that we all have a responsibility to help each other grow in Christ. Paul told the Thessalonian church to encourage one another and build up one another. He said we are to help each other become more like Jesus. And there are 3 ways a small group community helps us grow spiritually. First, Paul told us to teach and admonish one another with all wisdom. Like the deconstructing Christians we discussed earlier, we're all vulnerable to misguided conclusions about God. That's why we need other Christians to help us with our doubts and help us to know and live the truth. Second, James told us to pray for one another. There are many trials and challenges in the parenting process, right? And we can get easily discouraged. Having a group of Christian friends to consistently pray for our patience and perspective along the way is really important. And third, the writer of the book of Hebrews told us to stimulate one another to love and good deeds. Let's face it, it's easy to get distracted by life's demands and become complacent in living for Christ. That's why we need other Christians to inspire and challenge us to act more like Jesus. Being in Christian community greatly helped us mature in our faith. My wife and I needed a lot of help with our kids during the teenage years. From middle school through transitioning into college, we had lots of ups and downs. Man, it was a tricky time for discussing and modeling our faith with our kids. But the encouragement, and especially the prayers we received from our small group of Christian friends during those years, were so significant to our sanity and for our spiritual growth. The second benefit of Christian community is emotional support. God made us to share the joys and challenges of our life with others. He told us to rejoice with those who rejoice and to weep with those who weep. It's an amazing privilege, isn't it, to be a parent and to play a significant role in the development of our kids' characters and their talents. But it's also a lot of fun. There are so many great moments of laughter and happiness and celebrating about being a mom and a dad. Our joys are doubled when others rejoice with us as we celebrate our kids' growth and successes. But parenting can also be filled with heartache. Having the support of good Christian friends who can weep with us when life is hard is very critical. When our oldest daughter was a freshman in high school, she needed surgery for a pituitary tumor. The pituitary sits just under the brain and between the optic nerves and the carotid arteries that deliver blood to the brain. Now that's a scary place to put a sharp instrument. When our daughter needed 3 more surgeries over the next few years, it got even scarier. When we look back, we don't know how we would have ever survived without the love, support, and prayers of the friends in our church small group. Paul told us to bear one another's burdens, to comfort one another, and to care for one another. We experienced all kinds of emotional support at that time because we were involved in a Christian community. That's right. There's a bonus benefit that comes with Christian community. Jesus actually joins our group. The Lord promised us, where 2 or 3 have gathered together in my name, I am there in their midst. Now, of course, the Lord is always with us, but he promised to be with us in a special way when we gather together. Since he's alive from the dead and lives in the hearts of believers, it only makes sense that he can be with us in that unique way. My wife and I have definitely felt the Lord's presence through the love and care of others in all the small groups that we've been involved with. Having Jesus present with us and experiencing him through others is a bonus for being involved in Christian community. Well, these are some of the benefits of being in community with other Christians. He didn't even mention all the tasty potlucks and delicious desserts at many small group gatherings. We were never meant to live the Christian life all by ourselves. To know you're not alone in your marriage, family, and faith struggles is such a powerful experience of love and support. Life just works better when we're in community with other Christians. All right, let's look at 4 quick steps for building Christian community. First, be consistent. It's kind of hard to develop meaningful community if you don't go very often. I get it, life is busy. But if your kid plays a sport, you probably tell them they'll only get out of it what they put into it, right? Well, the same is true for Christian community. The first 2 or 3 meetings may feel a little awkward, especially if you don't know anyone. But be patient. Keep going. It will get better. Second, be honest. One of the most powerful experiences of Christian community is honesty. When someone has the courage to be vulnerable about their challenges, you begin to see that you're not alone in your struggles. In those moments, you'll feel the real benefit of doing life with others. So when the opportunity comes, share a failure, ask for insight, discuss your doubts. I know it's risky, but you'll bless others with your honesty and be blessed by their responses. Third, be supportive. Nothing shuts down community like criticism. If someone shares a fail and then are told how wrong they are, it's a buzzkill. When someone shares something hard or vulnerable in the group, just listen. Being loved when you feel like a failure is incredibly powerful, and it's a real demonstration of the grace we've received from Christ. We all want to be loved, appreciated, and believed in, so say things that lift people up. And fourth, be balanced. In every small group, there's usually someone who shares too little and someone who shares too much. Know what I mean? Well, don't be either. If you're too quiet, speak up. You need to be known, and people need to be encouraged by your struggles and your perspectives. If you talk too much, be more concise. You and the group need to hear from everyone about their faith journey. So try to be balanced, talk, and listen. So that's our 10th and final foundational faith perspective. Christian parents need community. My wife and I have been in various small groups with other Christian couples ever since we got married. We found that when God uses others to love and encourage us, we have more love and encouragement to give to each other and to our kids. All right, let's get to your workout. For the next 10 to 15 minutes, I want you to work on your parenting game. Remember, there are no perfect parents, but we can all get a little better with God's help and practice. If you want to feel more confident in leading and loving your kids, then guard the next 15 minutes and do these 3 things. First, reflect. How much better would your life be if you had close Christian friends who could help you grow spiritually and support you emotionally? Second, apply. If you're not in a small group, why not? If you know someone who is in a small group, ask to join theirs. Or ask your local church how you can get into Christian community. Get out of isolation and into Christ-centered community. Third, pray. Ask the Lord to help you overcome your fear or apathy about being in a small group. He's designed you to be in community with other Christians, so ask Him to help you find which puzzle you belong to. Well, thanks for joining me at Family Practice. If you want a summary of today's training and a guided plan for today's workout, then click the link in the description section below. If this parenting workout's been helpful to you, hit the share button and tell a friend. And if you'd like to see more of these workouts, be sure to like and subscribe. Today, we discussed how Christian parents need community. If we want to love and lead our children well, we need to understand how they're designed. Next time, we'll start exploring how understanding our kids as the image of God should guide our parenting. Until then, remember, to get the family you want takes practice. All right, bring it in. Hey, Mr. Downs, we're waiting for you. All right, family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.